of proactive Counter-Strike is something that VP didn't always slide into back in the RMR, and that's what's frustrated me with them, is playing the game of Counter-Strike to be able to find the way that you have to, what you have to do to win the round. And if Virtus.pro kind of settles back into that more passive style where they just kind of play safe defaults each and every round, look, there's an opportunity for an upset, despite how crazy it sounds.
Well, this is the map that clearly Rare Adam want to get a lot of these best of ones too, because they played it in the opening game versus MongolZ. This is their second time playing it here. They're going up against Virtus.pro, the 0-1 matchups here on day one of the Perfect World Major Shanghai opening stage. Virtus.pro should be taking themselves a victory today against Rare Adam. That would be absolute failure if they are unable to do so. As they charge into middle, Summer will dive back. A little bit of team damage coming in as well.
Yep, taking a little teammate Glock bullet to the back of the dome. Summer going to back away. He's going to jiggle this at some point. Fame can't hit the shot quick enough. Nobody's at the A bomb site for Rare Adam. Just now circling around through CT spawn to get there, but it looks like VP want to challenge right into this position.
The pressure applied towards Summer. He's going to take a few steps back. He still wants to fight, and he will lose his life.
Will VP expect 3 players in CT spawn coming from beaches? I don't think so.
I don't think that's going to be a thought in their head. But here comes the fights regardless. Somebody coming up the stairs. They've got eyes on it. They're looking for it. Fame has got the first. But like you said, will they expect the numbers? The amount of people that are close by here on the beach. Doesn't matter as Kaze moves into position. Electronic, oh ho ho, he waits. And Electronic able to come out on top of it. It's now Child King and Lee Hang left alone to try and win this in a 2v5. And it just is not going to happen for them. Virtus.pro moved it away. They definitely give us a tour of the map. We've been all over the show here, but eventually the ball should go down. Child King doing what he can on the dual Berettas. It's one. The second offered up, but no kill collected on that opportunity. And they're taking their time here, VP. 30 seconds left. It's kind of awkward. Now Norbert's running to A.
It's fine. You know,
I know
it's fine.
But it's still chaotic.
I'll take this. It's Dude, okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they found the winning recipe. Lee Hang just chasing him down with the dualies. A bomb site is going to be overrun. Bomb is going to be planted. Now, Electronic is far away, so some banger shots might be able to do something special, but good play from Virtus.pro, and Norbert ends it like that.
Bro, this pistol round, I don't want to ever remember that.
It's fine. Again, it's VP. I'm not expecting every single round to be clean and clinical and all the finishing moves to be absolutely perfect. Everything up until that B bomb site, but you can also see in this 5-on-2 at the B bomb site, they were still just like tentative to hit the final move at the B bomb site, but it's fine because they got the information with plenty of time to adjust, and we're all good.
It's all fine. I mean, it ended with a jumping...
It's fine.
jumping headshot.
I'm trying to convince myself.
Yeah. Well, Rare Adam have gone for a force buy. So they're going to have MP9s on 4 players, 5-7 out for Summer.
VP happy to be patient. There's the step through the smoke. Summer drops immediately. Electronic looking sharp to start the day. A little bit of a drive-by with the MP9. Norbert handles that. And the follow-up, we're all good. That mid portion of the aggression, well, and the B portion of the aggression not really synced up in timing, so that jump through this, or the walk through the smoke in mid looks a little bit silly, but when you realize they're trying to pair it up with the B push, you sense an idea there that's just not coordinated as well as you would have liked.
I think we can call this 3-0 now for Virtus.pro.
So, yeah. This
was the force buy for Rare Adam.
Ooh.
Kaze. Maybe gone with the wind. As 2-0 for VP to kick things off. Not a whole lot of money here for Rare Adam. Playing in front of the home crowd, though. They're going to have a lot of support there in Shanghai with a live audience in front of them. Not necessarily been able to give them the show they want to watch. 2 rounds picked up so far on their major debut.
Passion giving them a show, though.
Passion certainly giving them a show. You wanna tell us all what happened, Jason?
No, everyone knows at this point.
Yeah.
We all know.
It's true. Complexity, they lost to Passion, Jason, and that...
Thankfully, the Americans are all sleeping.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Well, USP's out, ready to go. Lee Hang. Go down to the MAC-10 of Jame. No problem. And the 3-0 lead being queued right up here for VP. Also being queued up is Team Liquid versus Wildcard. That'll be another matchup going over on the mainstream. If you want to catch that action, that'll be with Scrawny and Launders. The Americas matchup.
Scrondoggers. A lot of Europeans in that Americas matchup. MongolZ going to force him into the open, into obliteration. And somebody left holding the bag. Oh, good shot onto James, but that's all you'll get. 3-0. You nailed it, Dinko. You did call the 3-0.
Yeah, it wasn't the boldest of calls, but, but it was there.
It was correct, and that's all that matters.
Right, VP 3-0 start. Here comes the buy, though, for Rare Adam. So you're going to get the ult out. Now be in Kaze's hands. I'm intrigued to see what Rare Adam are going to be able to do against the VP squad today. Really comes down to, oh, double op setup. Don't you love to see that? That is a crazy sighting this early on in the game. Somebody with the op, Kaze with his. I guess, you know, at this point, if you're Rare Adam, throw everything you've got at him. Let's see what somebody can do with his as he moves out of B main. Weren't exactly predicting to see a double op setup this early, Jason.
No, I was not either. But why not out of the gate if you've got the cash? See if you can catch them off guard. See if you can get this like a momentum rolling with the double op where they just feel like they can't get anything. And remember, it is a team that, you know, generally plays relatively slow. So there is some, you know, there is some logic behind the double op right out of the gate. They're going to move into a slow defaults, pick a couple players off before they really take any decent map control, but it hasn't panned out in the early going of this round.
Electronic unleashed through the mid-smoke, and it has not gone well for Electronic, nor will it go well for Flit. Fame having to fight back and get one kill here for VP. 55 seconds left, ball positioned outside of B.
Well, now's where you'd really want to see Rare Adam kind of utilize this double op setup, although, you know, they're in a fine position right now. Op over at the A bomb site, you could leave him relatively solo, but you have Summer paired up with him inside the bomb site, peering towards camera. Two players at the B bomb site now. And Virtus.pro is going to split into it. James taking a slow peek, and he's got one pick. That's Child King to go down. Smoke towards Temple, and Kaze's op is coming on over.
20 seconds. Lihan, good position here at Ivy. Hasn't spotted anybody from VP. Now he moves forward. Now he moves into the open. And Norbert catches him. So Lihan looked like he was expecting a fight to come a little closer to him, but there was no opportunity. And so the bomb will go down here for VP.
I think that's where you see like the difference in the difference in the regions. I think if this is a, you know, another Asian team that he's playing against, which is what he's most accustomed to, obviously, that hit's coming in very fast, very aggressively swung. And Virtus.pro is kind of chucking out utility, waiting to see what a response is going to be. And he's expecting that fight to come so much that he's just tensed up and ready for it. Lets off one bullet to give him the indication of where exactly he's playing from, and Norbert's able to handle business.
And then he swings to look for the fight towards main, and James just hiding behind the wall.
Right.
You know, he's just no opportunity, and he's still a little bit silly.
It's the timing and the pacing of those executes. There's a difference of style between the Asian teams and the Europeans, and especially against Virtus.pro, where those fights are a little bit more delayed, even for European standards, it feels.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there was 2 ops invested into that previous round for Rare Adam. Both of those ops gone. Nothing saved over. Expensive decision that doesn't pay off in the end in terms of resulting into a round victory. So, Rare Adam in the bin when it comes to the money, and this is allowing VP a very strong start on the B side. A lot of people sort of questioning whether or not to put VP through, you know, when they were doing their pick'ems coming into this tournament, Jason. And I think it's a fair conversation, but you put them through.
I did.
And I guess your reasoning. Can I guess your reasoning? It's just like looking at the rest of
it pained me a little bit.
Was your reasoning the fact that you look at the rest of the field of teams and just imagine that VP, no matter what, should eventually squeeze through? Yeah,
I went down the list and I was like, there's like 6 teams that I cannot imagine beating Virtus.pro in a best of 3. 6 or 7 teams where I was just like, they won't beat them. Now, you know what? Fair play, because I think I put FlyQuest in that when I was going through it, and now I'm kind of like looking at him. I'm like, you know what? FlyQuest would probably spank him.
Yeah,
so,
in this kind of form, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So take from that what you will, but yeah, that is the logic. Is they'll struggle against maybe the top 8 teams in this. Yeah. And I just kind of told myself they'll be better in the major than they were in the RMR.
Yeah, wishful thinking.
That's a desperate hope I'm clinging
That's
to.
that optimism you've got there. Well, so far, it's pretty good. 4-0 on this map, at least. Rare Adam, not a lot of defense. They're going to be saving for the next round. Lihan, completely unaware of how deep Electronic could have been.
And in this matchup specifically, they'll get a lot of those gifts, right? That's like a lack of comfort of the quiet map. that Rare Adam's playing with that you probably don't experience. Again, to highlight the players of the competition in Asia, you probably don't get these moments where, like, you know, a critical part of the map has been taken by 4 players and then the map just goes quiet for 30 seconds. There's a lack of comfort of how exactly Rare Adam is going to get information in those scenarios, and Virtus.pro is going to be able to capitalize on them time and time again.
Child King goes down first in this save, and there's not too much going for Rare Adam whatsoever.
Ooh.
I do like that they brought the double up setup out, because it's if you think about it, what was successful for Chinese teams back in the day was bringing gimmicks and sort of a novelty style of Counter-Strike, and when it got them some great results early on. I think that's something that Summer and somebody would sort of live by, in terms of, if that's what we got success with against these European teams back in our day, you know, let's play a little differently. And so double up setup comes out early. Doesn't pay off, but at this point, Rare Adam have got to realize that they are extreme underdogs, and I like that they're trying to find out ways to get into the game like that.
I mean, we'll just look at the trajectory too. It's not always. I think those are going to be harder to pull off in today's Counter-Strike. Those, I mean, you know, whatever gimmicky play whatever you want to call a gimmicky play, I think it's going to be harder for them to capitalize on that across an entire map. But I mean, if you look at the trajectory of the other Asian teams that we've seen kind of contend, and even the MongolZ are a great example too. It's going to take you, you know, finding a lineup that you're able to have some success, and then you're going to have to spend a lot of time in Europe playing against European competition. It's just the way it goes. Again, because I've highlighted 2 examples already in this game, and we'll probably see many more. I'm not going to bring them all up, but many more in terms of the disparity of, like, how the Asian Counter-Strike playstyle kind of sabotages you when you get to this level of competition. You need that high-level European experience, and you need a lot of it before you're going to be able to contend. Cool move here, though. Aggressive piece in A main takes some attention away from Canals. They're able to slide somebody into a strong position to watch up towards the mid window, and with Virtus.pro, how passively they've opened, he'll have a chance to have impact. Now, this is a position where you are definitely going to die at some point. It's how much can you get done before that happens.
Well, a little bit of an awkward fight as somebody has to turn his attentions away and ends up getting taken down by Norbert from the back. Now, James' patience always pays off. It's Child King to walk right into his scope, and a 4v2 to close on 6 rounds in a row here for Virtus.pro.
And another area of deficiency, as we just see, is the protocols based off of that play. Where do you shift into? Who's the next player to take a peek? Virtus.pro, you lose the opening kill, but you're able to capitalize on all the responses. And a free B bomb site. 20 seconds left. VP making sure they don't fall into any traps, and you can't even blame them.
In control. Summer and Kaze going to try and save their weapons, and Kaze in particular, a player that has gained a lot of popularity in Asia over the years. He's a player that was always touted as the next one to break out, the next one that could possibly go over to Europe, and a lot of the experts from the scene over in Asia would say the same things about him. But I think he's now getting to the later stages of his career. He's 30 years old now. We're seeing his performances drop off on average. He's no longer that star that everybody is expecting to go ahead, but never really took that next step. He played in Vici, played in Rare Adam, Cyclone, Tyloo. So.
Yeah, in an era where it was always going to be hard for Asian Counter-Strike to step up the way we're starting to see some teams able to do it, but I think at some point you just got to be really happy that he's got his name in the game, he's got the stickers.
Yeah, true.
Like, I have a lot of happiness that he's been able to accomplish that throughout his career.
Yeah, it's something to take for sure, and I mean, he's achieved what you can in his region as well, right? He's played for all the big organizations, he's played with all the big players in the region, and now at a major at the later stages of it. So Kaze, good to see him here. And somebody, this is something I've seen over the years, you know, the Max 7 purchase for somebody. It's an El Clasico.
Come on, baby, give us some style. Actually, Virtus.pro might be the worst team I feel to bring the shotgun out against.
Yeah. Somebody is probably the most entertaining player that I've ever casted in Counter-Strike.
Okay.
He just does the most mental.
You never casted JW?
Yeah, no, actually. He was retired by the time I saw him. Or not retired, but you know.
Yeah, he was a
out
fun
of top
one.
tier. Somebody's
Kenny
just
S?
crazy. Never casted Kenny S.
You've casted Simple.
Yeah, I have. But Simple was fun for different reasons. Somebody was fun because he just makes the most unorthodox play.
Yeah.
Maybe I did cast Kenny S at least once. Probably.
Yeah, you had to have
like
gotten
a
one in there.
qualifier or something, yeah. Well, this is going as swimmingly as possible for Virtus.pro. Here it comes. The big old Mag 7.
I like it.
This is what somebody brought it out for, this moment.
Get yourself one, baby.
Define the play of the major.
Come on, Electronic. Give him a chance.
With the first up, it's Electronic. Oh. And he'll have to have another try later on in the game.
He just looked away.
It's a little bit unlucky there for somebody, but if he got that first one, I believed in what he was cooking. Li Hang, left alone.
Ninja.
It's the only way. I mean, it's great to see Rare Adam here at the major, regardless of...
Shout out to Norbert. Look at all, his whole team is like out, you know, getting frag happy, hunting down weapons, and Norbert's like, I'll stay with the bomb. Like, it's cool. 7-0. Hasn't died, just playing good, clean Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you always can rely on Norby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying, like, it's good to see Rare Adam here at the major. You know, this is a team that, you know, Chinese players playing a China major. They had to qualify to this one. They did. And MongolZ went out there and they earned that extra spot. They got FlyQuest in as well.
And we got FlyQuest in there.
They're actually running with it. It's kind of crazy. Asian Counter-Strike, man. Both of those teams picking up some wins today. MongolZ and FlyQuest.
It's beautiful.
Wouldn't have seen that years ago, that's for sure.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Qualify to this one. They did. And MongolZ went out there and they earned that extra spot. They got FlyQuest in as well.
And we got FlyQuest in there. Here we go. Round 8. Virtus.pro outclassing Rare Adam. And having no real issues. Not even a whole lot of frags to speak of. There are 6 frags in 7 rounds for Rare Adam entirely. Fame has doubled up the score of all of Rare Adam players combined, which is a sentence I have never said before in a game of Counter-Strike. At least not 7 rounds in.
Yeah, this deep into the game, no. No, certainly not. 8 rounds about to be added to the tally, though, if Virtus.pro can convert upon this as a 5v5. You don't really have a whole lot of confidence in Rare Adam. They haven't shown us too much yet. Electronic tried to apply pressure in middle, but with the utility decides to dive out of the window and join his teammate in the canal. Here comes
Flashbang from Jame coming in. Li Hang's in trouble.
Yeah, I'll toss out a defensive smoke into the open. Electronic taking a little bit of damage on board, but oh my god, he actually, look at that! Look at that!
I know,
damage.
but I love the way he jumped across it and then realized, oh, I'm probably exposed to be main.
Yeah,
And he's like, oh yeah, I am exposed to be main.
Now it's getting a little rough for Li Hang, so he's gonna move forward and apply pressure into dark with that flash again. But 25 seconds, VP have left B completely. They're gonna be going back to the A bomb site.
They don't have a lot of utility for this. They're going into the op. This is the best chance Rare Adam have to get around on the board.
Yeah, this is 15
Third
seconds.
player is going to be here as well. Good shot.
Kazay doesn't miss those. It's gonna be Chalk in from the bomb
It's
site,
over.
and it's a safe call. First per run out of time. Sometimes their own worst enemy when it comes to that.
I mean, shout out to Li Hang. Legit.
It may not have been the prettiest way of holding on to the B bomb site, but it was effective.
Yeah, I mean, he's the main reason they win that. Like they get Virtus.pro with this kind of slow play, go to take dark. He spots it out. He'd held his smoke the entire time, not scared of some early engagements. Able to stall Virtus.pro out at the A bomb site, and it takes him a long time to reconvene. They've got no Molotov for Cake for the bomb site, and that allows Kaze to just step up with the op. And now no more chance for a goose egg.
Norbert is immortal. Well, it's always good to get off the goose egg, Jason, as you say. Get off the 0. And they're going to have to try and deal with Virtus.pro. It looked like they're going to go for a quicker play, more direct into the B bomb site. Utility at the ready, Li Hang losing health. And here comes the attack. Somebody looking to defend it. Speed from Virtus.pro this time, but somebody stops them at the door. A double kill from somebody before traded out. Electronic doesn't slow down though, and Lehigh caught. So the bomb now moves into the site. Chalking just pushing through connector, getting in behind, and Flit wasn't ready for that. Chalking just goes beyond the utility into the open. James doesn't read it. He gets back in time though and stops Chalking from making that play work out. So 2v2 retake here for Rare Adam, and the first kill is up.
All right, Electronic. 1v2, a chance for a clutch. Good nade, chunks him down. Op shot is there. Kaze nails it, and it's 7-2. As a chaotic retake with flanks involved, Rare Adam have a second round.
Yeah, so the accelerated play from VP into the B-bomb site does not pay off, but they have so much money. Norbert has max money, $16,000 right now.
Yeah, well, he's also got a death.
Yeah, so you win some, you lose some, I suppose, yeah. Jason. But I think you'll take that ratio.
Probably. Nicely done from Summer and Kaze. Nate comes in. Kaze not deterred as the smoke fades. He finds Electronic. But they've got to withstand so much more. 3 rounds remain in this second half.
Hey, Fame's had a pretty good game so far, hasn't he? 14-3. Great stuff from Fame. They're going to try and continue that. Rare Adam, 2 in a row. Let's see if they can continue the run.
Back into the double up setup.
And they're going to sandwich their way into the B-bomb site here, VP. At least it looked like it, but now they just leave Norbert outside of B main, and more pressure being applied towards Summer in middle instead. VP return to the slower style. Regardless, it is going to be a B hit again.
Yes, it is. 3 players coming through Con. Lihang steps behind the smokes. Utility forces him away. Molotov up towards platform. Smoke's going to be broken open, but again, the pacing from VP. Nobody's coming through. Nobody's in vision. And the bomb site is lost and now re-smoked. Going to be a very tough retake in a 5-on-5. There is utility. 2 flashbangs, 3 smokes, and a Molotov. Kaze just now making his move from the A bomb site, but he's being very slow about it as the retake begins.
Well, the first fight is given up. Lehigh to win it against Flit. Lehigh goes forward again. Chalking's with him, and this retake looks so good for Virtus.pro to win it in the post plan, but Rare Adam batter their way through, and kill after kill comes in with no one from VP able to stop them, and that defuse being stuck all the way, though. It's a 10-second stick. There's a kit available on pretty much everybody else, and it's all good as the kill comes in for Rare Adam, and they are able to pull off a retake, only losing Lehigh.
Okay, that looked way cleaner than I expected.
Ow.
Way cleaner than I expected. Liang just able to step forward. It was almost like Virtus.pro didn't fully believe they were going to go for the retake. Okay. Now it's getting a little weird. It seemed like VP had this everything completely under control. Whatever they wanted to do on the map was working, and all of a sudden Rare Adam's scratching out a couple of rounds. As you mentioned, money not an issue at all for Virtus.pro.
Well, Lehigh not going to be able to find impact in this round. Fame to drop him early in connector. The fact that they won that retake so cleanly while also having a double up setup, Jason, it's still mind-blowing to me. But they're going to have to deal with a 4v5 conversion this time. So 2-2 setup. 2 players to Rare Adam on the defensive B. 2 towards A. Somebody with his AWP in towards connector.
And Virtus.pro applying a lot of pressure in middle. The information's going to be there that it's been taken. Obviously, the defense turtled up in each bomb site, 2-2 split. AWP and rifle at each one. So nobody budging, no reaction after mid-control is shown for Virtus.pro. Smoke Temple, flashed over a couple of times. VP looking for a reaction that hasn't come yet, but it may be provided by somebody.
Who?
Somebody. Anyone, really.
Here comes the play for VP.
Yeah, now Child King's like, okay, well, they took mid a while ago.
No. Missed
It
shot.
just slides back at the worst possible timing. Summer. One more duel would be great against Flit. Oh, the AWP can't land the shot either, and Flit gets away. And that should be an 8th round for Virtus.pro.
Summertime sadness. We didn't get the second kill. Has to run away, and it'll end up being a round victory here for VP. 8-3 scoreline, getting into the last round of the first half. Rare Adam already have done better than their opening game. But not going to be a half they're going to be too happy about at the moment. MongolZ needs to drop back. Doesn't have enough money to buy into the next round anyway. Just doesn't want to go down here. It lands towards him. And eventually, an 8th round collected and confirmed here for VP. So we get into the last round of the half. Virtus.pro in search of a 9th on the T side. But you can work with 4. And so Rare Adam realized that and take a timeout. Yeah, not going to be the happiest home crowd after watching this first half performance.
No, certainly not. A chance, though, for Rare Adam to add one more onto it, and then obviously they get to dictate some action on the T side, and maybe they can get some of those, you know, the crazy Asian styles we used to see all the time of just like hardcore trade-based aggressive Counter-Strike, and maybe you can catch Virtus.pro off guard a couple of times in timely rounds and find a way to put them under pressure on the CT side.
Yeah, it feels like when they're on the CT side and you're dealing with VP's T side, you're almost controlled, right? They can control you, whereas maybe the chaos can be unleashed in the second half.
Yeah. And obviously it can be frustrating to deal with, I think, for some of the more experienced European sides who are a little bit more indoctrinated into a certain style of play. So yeah, you get a little bit of craziness, you get a little bit of chaos, you win the important rounds, keep their money low, keep them in an awkward position, and I mean that'd be kind of like the desperate low percentage winning recipe.
Summer, great start here. Fame to go down on the other side of the smoke. So his half will end 15-5. Take those numbers. Child King spots out the boost and tracks Electronic as he dropped off the top. There's the second player there. Norbert hitting it with utility, and Child King staying focused on the fight.
Do it.
Yeah, as it dropped down, Flit didn't hear it, didn't react. So Child King might be able to slip in behind with an element of surprise that they just won't be ready for. Child King with the move here for a 4th round for Rare Adam. He's got a kill on Flit. Norbert outside of B main. And this is huge from Child King. He's done everything possible for his team. And now a 5v2, he finally hits the deck, but the damage has already been done. His impact is already felt. Jane with a 1v4 so far away.
Jam was looking for his flank in mid that whole time. He never realized he dropped out of the window. Good shot as Lihang gives him one.
Oh no.
Ooh, sees a little bit more aggressive, but Jame, he's being flanked out in middle again as well. Double, they're not pushing forward for the moment.
The shot, now he can run him down.
1v1.
He can run him down, but he has to move quickly here, James. 25 seconds. Somebody on the other side eventually beats him with the AWP at the end, and we'll get a 4th round for Rare Adam to play with going into the second half.
Not bad, all things considered, especially when you consider they started down, what, like 7-0?
Yes.
And VP looked like they were just going to be able to walk this one home to a really strong first half. Rare Adam's able to claw a few rounds at the end. 4 of the last 5 in their favor. So, I mean, win the pistol if you're Rare Adam, and you're within striking distance. And then again, it goes down to, can you create the chaos at the perfect timing to put the pressure on Virtus.pro? Can you play that trade game well enough? Can you dictate the action to a point where you can just overrun this defense? And again, this is kind of what I mentioned coming into this match, is I want Virtus.pro to show me something that gives me some confidence, and maybe against this kind of opposition, there isn't really anything they can do. They just need a clean win, but I like to see them have a relatively easy challenge of closing this out, just for what it might tell me for the future of this team in their major run.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that the core of this squad were the major champions in Rio just a few majors ago, and now we're talking about maybe they can get through the opening stage. You know, it's crazy to think about that and how quickly it can all turn. But for VP, it has been a change that has perhaps even given them whiplash for how abrupt the change was, and the moves that they made with Electronic coming into the squad, you thought, okay, super team. This is going to be incredible. And it has not panned out that way whatsoever. 2 players inside of the A site, Electronic and Fame. And he's got Jame out at Heaven, so make it 3 on the A side at the moment with Norbert close by.
Norbert will get the first spot, but there's a lot of space to work with. The stack is still going to be difficult to deal with, especially if they find Flit, who plays it passively to start. Summer saw him, wants to swing for the fight. Good headshot. Now aggression towards A main and middle. And Rare Adam have been put down.
Lihang decapitated by Electronic's P2000. There's now somebody stuck in the canal. He'll come back towards Electronic, but Electronic's ready for that fight, and will still lose it regardless. And somebody actually had a goose off onto the second player, Ruggs. He's doing what he can, but a flash comes in at the right time from Jame and confirms the kill on somebody in a 9th round here for VP. No bomb plant, not even close. And so no strong force buy in the second round here for Rare Adam.
Yeah, and that doesn't, in my mind, that doesn't bode super well. That felt like Rare Adam trying to play like a tactical game against VP, right? Like, again, mentioning they need to create chaos, they need to swarm, they need to play a trade game. This was them taking a very tactical approach that Virtus.pro is going to be very comfortable in.
Yeah, so no force buy, 10 rounds, almost guaranteed here for Virtus.pro. And then you have a lot of work to do for Rare Adam to get back into the game. Here on the B stream that you're currently watching, we've got Imperial versus FURIA coming up a little bit later on. The Brazilian brawl on day 1. Both teams will be very disappointed with their opening matchups. Pain Gaming versus GamerLegion, the other match will be on the A stream. Jane with a flash to set off Electronic, blinding the opponent perfectly and allowing Electronic to maul them in mid. Would have been an ace if not stolen away by Jane, but he assisted with a flash, so regardless, he earned it. 10-4, double figures for VP.
It's actually a pretty cool setup. It worked perfectly. First kill, flash is chucked out. Electronic knows, trusting the flashbang to be perfect, and it is. Nice cleanup. No problems whatsoever. 10-4. Let's see what Rare Adam have with the AK-47s. Again, if you try and play that slow, calculated, like map control, tactical style, I think VP's just going to wreck you. That doesn't mean I want to see them just kind of rush willy-nilly into something, but...
That's kind of what you mean.
A little bit. Lean in that direction.
Tip the scales ever so slightly. So slow drift of Virtus.pro's defensive players over towards A. And it looks like they want to get a little bit proactive about it. So Electronic and Fame going to move into the open. In the meantime, though, Child King taking mid. He's got some space to work with, but VP look like they're going to try and split this from 2 sides. So push Dark and push Amen at the same time. And Flit wins the connector fight on top of Summers. So it works out pretty well. It's nice now Child King and Lee Heinman. Child King is the only player here that could make something happen. Oh.
Continues the spray, and now this puts Child King in a really strong position. Although he's probably just wondering, like, where am I going to find somebody? Footsteps tracked all the way towards that A bomb site. Flit's calling it out. Fame's going to go back towards A main, and into the bomb site we go. Child King and Lee Hang against 2. Bomb being planted in the open, or... Oh, it moved into the open, perhaps. Nade comes out. There's the defense. It was actually right behind, but the bomb goes down before the nade explodes.
1v1.
And Flit's got it.
Yeah, Flit's going to win it. No problem. Child King had an opportunity, but VP to take 11 rounds to 4 does feel like we're just mere moments away from them confirming themselves a victory here. Even with that bomb plant, it does make it makes a difference. Obviously, you get the 8K armor out of more players, but you're going to be sparse in utility.
Yeah, I got to drop down to SMGs or a Galil if you want the nades for it. And maybe just out of desperation, we might see a little Rare Atom tip those scales into the side of craziness and insanity. Half buy. Tech 9s and a Mac 10. And all 5 headed towards the B-bomb site. Now we're cooking with gas, baby.
Norbert and Flit ready to stop this, though. MongolZ with the utility ready to go. Nate blasts open the B main smoke. Norbert not going to see too much on the other side of it. Charles King taking initial damage. Out of bullets. Electronic under pressure now. And he's got himself the kill into Lehigh. So at least that happened pretty well for 3P. It's chaos, but they're coming out on top of it. And finally, the space taking to get the bomb planted here for Rare Atom. It moves off the back of the platform, goes into the fight against Summer at main side. It's just somebody left in the middle of the bomb site with a Tech 9, a 1v4, and he's got to hope for something magical, and he got a second before being destroyed by Jay.
Yeah, VP just does a lot of work before that bomb's even planted. The 2 players coming through the smoke. You're hoping you can catch them on a reload, maybe a little bit blind, maybe just not expecting the insanity. But Electronic was somewhat ready and able to recover in time, saving just enough ammunition to handle that. Otherwise, his teammate goes down, and Norbert returns the favor as they just come sprinting through the smoke. But you can see some of the potential there with the unexpected aggression from Rare Atom. Up on MongolZ, AK-47 surrounded, but Virtus.pro only need 1 more round.
The opposition was always going to be tough for Rare Atom. They lose their opening game against the Mongols on Anubis. And now looking like a loss versus Virtus.pro, but they are not going down without a fight. As somebody jewels out of the connector, traded out by Flit.
Jame holding on to mid. Slides in Child King. There's Flit behind the smoke. And this should be the end. It's MongolZ and Lihang against 4.
They're going to try and slip their way through the B bomb site. Lihang has got through B main with that cross smoke. It gives them temporary cover, but they got to worry about connector. And Flit, he gets cleared by the sniper. Just some life in Rare Atom as they get that bomb planted and now look to close out a 2v3 with the bomb down. All 3 remaining CTs coming through from the same position. No one through Temple, no one through any of the flanks. It's all about just moving in as a unit. And the flashes get sent in. Electronic takes steps closer to that bomb site. And we got Lihang still inside the dark, waiting for his moment to fight. But no one from Virtus.pro has given a chance to MongolZ sniper yet. And time will start to tick. Tap on that defuse. Lihang knows, and he'll call MongolZ into the open. He's got the shot, and VP have the time. They'll close this one 13-4 as VP get their win over Rare Atom. And Rare Atom now goes 0-2 at the start of the opening stage here at the Major.
Yeah, Virtus.pro get the job done. And yeah, I mentioned I would have liked to see him have an easy time closing it out. Pretty easy time closing it out. No issues in that second half, no hiccups whatsoever. So well done from VP, recovering after the opening best